Literally right before the mics went on, I was shaking my head and trying to shake the memory of what happened last year out of my head because it infuriates me, and I'm still so embarrassed by it.
Can you believe it's almost been a year since the great dock incident of 2024?
Life has got its foot on the accelerator for me, man. How can it be a year? So I just may have a redo.
You do have a redo coming up because Bert and I are once again going to hang out for the 4th of July. Got a house on the lake. And I also rented a pontoon.
Oh, God.
Wow.
No.
Why would you do that?
And I also rented it from the exact same place we got it from last year.
Did you really? Did you?
Hey, allow
Cody
this?
Wild Water Sports.
Right. Do you want me to explain for the new listener what happened last year, or would you like to do it in great, beautiful, colorful detail?
I will be gladly to tell everybody what happened. All right. So there we were. On the lake. And it's bright and early, and my husband Bart and Bert are going to drive the whole 6 minutes to the dock to pick up the pontoon because we were going to cruise around Lake Coney for 2 days on the pontoon celebrating America's birthday the way our forefathers expected us to, with Budweisers in a lake. So they go to get the pontoon. My husband walks into the house. Bert's girlfriend and I are in the kitchen making breakfast for the kids. And my husband walks in and he's got his head down and he's just shaking it. And I'm like, oh my God, like what happened? And he's just shaking his head. And we're like, dude, seriously, what happened? And then Bart goes into this story of how he was not going to drive said boat because my husband is not familiar with driving boats. But Bert said, I got this, man. So
I've never really pulled one out of the dock before, but it seems easy enough. Of course I got that.
But you've driven one on open water. It's the same thing.
No problem. No problem.
So my husband's standing there at the dock, and Bert gets in the pontoon, and the young man, maybe 18 years of age, is giving him the rundown of the boat and what he needs to do.
Blah, 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 blah. Let me take this thing out already. You and your instructions. Let's go.
And
I got a family waiting for me.
As we saw from the camera footage, because yes, we got the security camera footage from the dock and watched it over and over and over again. Bert backs out the boat, but for whatever reason, full throttles that puppy.
Confidence.
I mean, all the way.
Got places to be, man.
On top of the deck is apparently
and rams right into a pillar on the dock as a family is walking down to get to their boat.
That listens to the show.
Yes.
Damn, Bert show. Remember that, wasn't it?
Yes.
Damn, Bert show. That's what he said.
And as we watch the security footage, the dock, literally, like one of the pillars of the dock, there, like the pier, it like lifts up out of the water and comes back down. He rocks the entire dock. And you see my husband, people are screaming. They are running towards him. The employees of the dock are running towards him. And Bert slowly backs out and just takes off and is like, bah! He's like, I am not addressing this incident. I'm not making eye contact with anybody. I am leaving. So there's the shell-shocked family. And then there is my husband walking away from the dock. Once again, head down, just shaking it, right?
The kid that was helping me was so angry. So angry.
So I get this story. Like, my husband comes back to the lake house. He relays the story. Then Bert comes back and he relays the story. And we're just like, we're cackling about this. And then we talk about it on air. And then the guy from the dock DMs me. And he's like, I was the father protecting my children on the dock from Bert. And I was the one that yelled, damn, Bert show. And then we get the security footage. So now we fast forward, and it is 2025. We are once again going to get the families together. My son, Jimmy, and Bert's girlfriend's son, Amanda. Bert's girlfriend's son, Asa. That Jimmy and Asa are like BFF. So we're all going to do another lake trip together. And you can't go to the lake and not get a pontoon.
100% agree.
So, dude, I was there filling out the paperwork yesterday. I'm on my computer, or like this past week, rather, while we were on vacation, planning the next vacation. And the dock that is closest to the house we are renting is a Coney Wild Water Sports, which is the exact same place we got the pontoon last year.
It's not like a picture up of y'all? Like,
there might be.
Help wanted. So I'm filling out the paperwork, and I get to the bottom, and it says, leave a comment.
Oh, no.
And I just said, hey, Bert promises. I swear to God. I said, Bert promises that what happened last year won't happen again this year. Thanks, Kristen. And I sent it off.
So you flagged them so they know that we and I are coming, because there would have been maybe a possibility, different staff, what have you.
Maybe.
I could have got in there and taken off.
I wanted to get ahead of this, man.
All right.
I wanted to get ahead of it. I literally put in the comments, Bert promises there will not be an incident like last year. I literally put that in the comments.
Right. So I think you got one of two kind of people here in the world. You got one person that would go through an incident like that and go, you know what? That's enough stress for me. I am never doing that again.
Because we know that your girlfriend, who grew up near a lake, was on the lake all the time, driving boats all the time. Like, she could pull that puppy in and out of a dock, no issue. She was the one who docked it every time we needed to get gas.
That is true. The second kind of person is somebody that obsesses over a mistake that bad.
Yeah.
And just wants a redo, because you know in your heart and your soul and your head that you can pull it off. I am that guy.
This is going to be your pontoon redemption arc?
I am looking forward to it. When you texted us the other day and I half jokingly said, I can't wait to take the pontoon boat out.
Yeah.
I'm serious.
Yeah?
Yeah. I'm really serious. I know what I did wrong.
You okay?
I totally know what I did wrong, and I want a redemption.
Okay.
Now, only taking it out. I don't want to try to even put it back in.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to take the win. If I can take the win, I'm going to take the win and then retire. Okay, but I have been thinking about this for quite a while, and I want to be the one that takes that thing out of the dock if they allow me to.
I was going to say, what if they say you're not allowed to?
We'll probably be smart on their end.
We have the security footage.
Yes, I have thought of this. And I think that if they say no, I think I can negotiate going, okay, why don't you bring somebody in the boat with me just to guide me if I am jacking this thing up. So you almost have like a driver's ed teacher in a pontoon boat. Let's try that if they are totally against the idea.
If you don't think I'm not getting a sticker that says student driver, you are so wrong.
No, man, I am ready.
So you're in.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm not, this was not on purpose. Literally, where we got the house, I Googled the closest dock and where we could rent a pontoon, and it just so happens to be the exact same one. Because when I went to go click the link, it was purple from where I'd used it before.
No. Oh, wow. Y'all might want to at least make sure there are no families on the dock this time. Like maybe clear it out.
Maybe I can buy out the dock for 15 minutes just to make sure everybody's safe and clears the runway.
The Bert Show.